Welcome, Sam Avezou.
Hello.
Hi.
Sure.
Good to
How
see
are
you.
Yeah.
This is where you live? You're at home?
Yes. My place.
And where do you live now?
I live in Igny. It's a small city close. It's basically in Massy, where is my club gym, and this is where I've been living for my whole life.
Yeah, that was good that you said that. Ini, that's how I say it.
Igny, yes.
So first question is basically, what came first for you, climbing or walking?
Climbing or walking?
Yeah. Did you start to climb before you started to walk, or the other way around?
How to walk? I don't know. I don't remember. Probably walking first. Otherwise, how could I get to the
To the
little
wall.
boulders? But yeah, probably walking. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, but you started early, I guess.
I started, maybe the first times I went to climbing was a bit early because my parents were like, my mom was a World Cup climber, and and my dad also climbs, not in comps, but he's a climber for a very long time now. And so when they used to go climbing, sometimes I would just, like, they had to take me with them. I couldn't. When you have young babies, you have to take care of them. So yeah, they would take me to the gym, or sometimes maybe Fontainebleau, but not very often. Just, yeah, it happened a few times when I was very young. So yeah, I was just in the gym, so I maybe judged a few holds, but I didn't really start climbing until I was 6. This is the age we could start being in the club in Massy. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that was so that's when you sort of started. Yeah, in the club, started training climbing,
Yeah.
basically, or
Not really
playing.
training, just going every week, like once a week to the club. Yeah. Before it was just, maybe I did it a few times. I don't remember much actually, but I think I was just going sometimes, and probably didn't climb much more, like have fun with my brother and sister, and didn't really climb. Mostly fighting and playing.
So can you remember if you this was something you liked to do from the beginning, or like if you had a choice, or
Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't forced at all. Thank God. I think I just I really enjoyed climbing. Like probably every child does. If you just throw them in a climbing gym, they would probably start climbing everywhere, as well as playing and fighting. But probably climbing at least a bit, and I think everybody quite likes it. It's not very hard to get into climbing, I think. So yeah, I just liked it, and then I got to the club gym, started climbing, got my like registered for it, and started taking like lessons, and yeah, really liked it. I never stopped climbing since I started, and never was bored of it, or they didn't put me in here saying, okay, you have to climb now. Didn't happen like that.
yeah, I guess it was pretty natural with, like you said, both parents, and Leo was, I guess, climbing before you were in.
Yeah, no, Leo started climbing after me actually. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, we were doing, when we were kids, very young, before 6, we were probably doing a bit of gymnastics, because my mom was also a gymnastic coach. Well, when she was competing, she also had because back then it wasn't like a very professional sport for everybody, so she had to also work, and she did a few gymnastic training in Massy and Ini. And so when we were really kids, she used to like take us, like when she was working, to the lessons. So we were in the gymnastic just place. So we used to do that before. And then my brother, I think he broke his arm the year I started climbing. We needed to start. We wanted to start together, but he broke his arm, so he just started a year after. Yeah, I was the first one coming to climbing.
did you know like you wanted to be the competition climber at the time, or you just fun and?
I don't think I wanted. I don't know. I think I just started climbing. I liked it, and I went to competing quite fast. But the idea of being a World Cup climber was pretty. Yeah, it came quite fast. I wanted it very early. I don't know if it was the plan as soon as I started. I don't remember, but it was super fast because when you're a kid, you have like some small district comps and everything. So I started doing this very fast, and then I just liked competing. So yeah, competition was something I wanted to do very early. Yeah.
Did you have some role models at the time?
Who was the first? I think when I started competing, the guy I was mostly into watching was Sean McCall. Back then, yeah, was
Okay.
always a very cool climber, and back then it was like for me the coolest climber you could see. So yeah, I really enjoyed watching him climb on comps, and when there was live streaming, well, when it worked, because it wasn't as good before. Yeah, I used to really look at Sean McCall for quite a long time. Yeah.
And what was it like then when you started competing against him the first time?
Yeah, sure. I did World Cups with Sean. I don't know. Just it was
Nothing.
a World Cup. Felt like I
Yeah.
knew him because I watched all of his comps. So just normal stuff. I saw him. He speaks French, so yeah, probably just I was thinking, yeah, cool. Sean McCall climbing with me. Nice.
So you weren't like starstruck or?
No, I don't think so. I
No.
just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, but also I've seen quite a lot of people, very strong climbers before because I went to a lot of comps. I probably seen him a lot before because my mom was climbing until pretty late. I went to some comps just to watch, and I already saw a lot of comp climbing and comp climbers that I know, and some very strong ones that I really like to watch, and I just already saw a lot of them. So
Yeah,
I
right.
was a bit happy.
Your mom really competed for until what,
Mhm.
World Cup till 2012 or something?
Yeah, until she was 42. Yeah,
Yeah. And your first World Cup was in 2017, so only 5 years between, right?
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, looking at your competition career, it seemed, I mean, looking just at the numbers, it looked like it's been steadily going, in the right direction all the
Yeah,
time. Yeah. I mean, from
slowly,
the
but
youth cups, the European Championships, the World Championship for youth, and then starting with World Cups, doing pretty well from the start, and then better and better and better and better. And now, has it felt like that for you? That it's been going better and better all the time, or?
No, I wouldn't say that. Uh, I started like in something like maybe 2015 for youth comps, and it was already at the start very like I had very good results as a youth climber, but only as a youth climber back then. Like I was, I have been 5-time world champion in the youth team, but the first World Cup I did was in 2017, and the start was okay, but then especially in bouldering, it took me quite some time to get to semifinal first, and I think my first semis in bouldering was maybe only 2 years ago, even though I've been in the team for a very long time. So yeah, in late it was a bit faster, but then I had also maybe 1 or 2, 3 years when it worked a bit less good. It was harder, and I didn't have good result at all. No semis in nothing, no lead, no bouldering. Maybe from 2019, well, also with COVID, but to 2022, like this 3 years, I haven't been to semis, I think, at all. And then it went really better in 2022. Yeah, I started to like maybe grow a bit more power and being able to do semis in bouldering too. and having more power, more endurance, maybe more time in training too. I wasn't in school anymore, so just dedicated myself fully to climbing. Yeah.
But just to put things in perspective, you said your first World Cup in Briançon 2011.
It was my second
2011?
World Cup.
Was it the second one?
Yeah.
All right.
First
Which
one was in Village just before. I
okay.
think I was like not no to me.
Okay, but in Briançon you were 11th already.
Yeah, I remember I was this close to being in finals.
Yeah. But do you think that, because I mean, to me, this is a very good result when you're
Yeah,
17
very
years
good.
old, and,
Yeah.
or 16 you were, right?
17, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Maybe 16. Yeah.
You're really young, and it's a really good result. Do you think you compared all the results after to this? You expected to do like 11th or better, or would it have been better for if you were like 20th? I don't know, for you.
No, I was happy to be 11th, and I was probably a bit surprised because the last World Cup before I was like, maybe, I don't know, it was my first World Cup, maybe 40, 50, I don't know, very far in the ranking. And I just showed up and did very good. But it's not, I wasn't expecting anything going to this comp, and it just happened to be quite good. So I was like, yeah, good, I'm gonna do a few more and see see how I do this year. But I was more at the time on youth comps, so I was focusing on the world championships probably. As I knew I didn't really have a chance in adults category yet, I would just focus on the youth and wait until it's my time in the senior circuit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think that big difference between youth and seniors is really the physical strength of, or why?
It is, yeah, a lot in physical strength, but also in dedication. And like in the youth circuits, you have everybody is going to school. Well, almost everybody is going to school. So, and they are not like professional climbers yet. They're not doing it's. They're training on as a side, even though maybe it's changing a bit now. But most people don't train all day every day in the youth. So it's there's a big difference in dedication. In the senior cups, you just like for everybody it's a full-time job, it's a full life commitment, so it's a big difference. And in a level, physical level, mental game, strategy, it's a whole different level.
Probably could be a good idea to not start too early with full-time training professionally as well, huh?
Yeah, I think it depends on people. Some like to have a side. I know a lot of people like to have a side thing. They like to have to study. Some do study until like maybe 30 years old, just to have something on the side and to have a job later. And they also just can't. They're not fine with the idea of just doing one thing. They get like a bit bored and not that much into it. So some people want to have several things start later. Some just like to do climbing only. I think it's up to everybody to do what they like. If you feel comfy doing this, it's okay. Then if you have to, if you start too early and have some big expectation and have some sponsors right away, you maybe need some time to adapt to this, and usually it takes a few years to people. But I would say it's okay to just fully commit to this. Maybe not like at 12 years old, obviously, but once you finish school, like 18 or 19, it's okay. You can just
Yeah, sure. I meant like 15, 16-year-olds.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe not starting too early would be good. I think like finishing school is still quite important to.
How was it for you, like to start with the full training and like to dedicate your life just for climbing? Was it easy from like because the support from your family or your sponsors?
Um, Uh, I I started well. I finished school in 2018. So from 2019, I started to be only about climbing. I dedicated myself fully to climbing, but actually this has been the worst year in performance of my career so far. So yeah, it was a bit strange from going to school all day from 8 to 5, and suddenly just having just the training. So yeah, it has been a bit weird, and I had to adapt to this. And probably the first 2 years I did really poorly with that. Was just here at home doing nothing for the most time and just doing my trainings, but it it doesn't really work. Like you need to like get yourself active. I think to if you just like stay in there and do nothing, your brain's just getting getting soft and
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess you need to have some structure and routine to
yeah,
your life, even if you're
exactly,
not
yeah.
going to a job or studying. You have to
Mm.
have to do
That's
it.
why I think it's maybe a bit hard at the beginning to just have this. If you are used to go to school and have a plan for every day, yeah.
Yeah, I have to get used to it. That's a big difference for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also take the time to actually rest when you need to rest and train when yeah, that's a big thing as well.
Mhm.
Just a short sort of intermission here, but can it sometimes be, since you're, like you said, from a climbing family, everyone's climbing, can it
Mhm.
sometimes become too much climbing? Like, do you talk about anything else at home?
Yes, it's a lot of people ask me this, but I don't really know because I've always been in this family, so I don't know how it is for other people. Um, but I don't know. I have never been bored of it. We also have some other subjects to talk about, of course.
Hopefully.
This is not just only climbing all the time. Uh, yeah, not boring for me.
Oh, good,
Let
good.
me know how it is for your families. What do you talk about? But yeah, obviously, as everybody is climbing here and everybody is doing World Cups, yes, we talk a lot about
Yeah,
climbing.
yeah. Yeah, we don't talk. So
We don't talk, yeah, you just drink and watch TV, right?
I
About
talked to
your
Vladek about climbing.
yeah,
So anyway, back to your career. So it seemed from the outside, at least, that you had like, well, you did have this breakthrough year last year, like with
Yeah.
great result in Innsbruck, and then like a podium there and a podium in Chamonix really quickly,
Mhm.
and also a really good result in Laval. The World Championships were probably not what you expected, or what was the year like for you?
I don't think it really started this year. It was probably way before. It just took some time. But I think in 2021, 2022, I started to like really. I wasn't having some very good results, not at all what I wanted to be at, and so I started to think maybe I should do something about it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like that forever. So I started to train like to commit really fully to it, and starting having a good plan. Watching, yeah, I want to be there in this year. I want to be in the Olympics. Then having doing World Cups regularly, being at the top spots, and I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to. And so yeah, it started a few years ago and takes some time. It's just not like 1 year you wake up and you say, okay, this year I want to be in the world best, and it's gonna happen. For most people it would take some time. I know some younger climbers also just show up and win. I don't know how they do that. Probably just being super like, I don't know. But didn't happen like that for me. And so yeah, took a few years, and I think the first good result I had was Munich in 2022. European Championships, I was second. This really helped my motivation. I was thinking, yeah, finally starting to work a bit more. I'm going to finals. I'm going on a international podium. That's good result. And then I started. The French team started this kind of in 2022 Olympic team already for Paris. And as I was doing bouldering and lead, I just was inside of it. They just showed some people like Pohl, Meshti, me. There was Manu, Mika. Yeah, just to start something. And so yeah, they're starting to push, for lead bouldering, to help us a bit more, to propose more situations and some good training facilities. And so yeah, after this was the 2023 years, and I just continued to really focus on just climbing, committing fully to it, my training, doing a lot more. Then happened a few World Cups. What didn't go great in the beginning, just continued. Then I was first in my first World Cup finals in Innsbruck. Was super proud of. I had a medal. Then I don't know, I felt good about it. Had a medal too in Chamonix, was like in super good shape. Then happened the World Championships, super good shape. Was so happy to be there and wanted to show my best. And also was the first time where we could have this Olympics tickets. So yeah, I knew it was gonna be hard to be in the top 3 spots. Obviously, that wasn't probably the guy who was meant to be and on the podium on this comp. But I thought, yeah, I'm in a good shape. Why not? Just go there and see how it goes. But the comp didn't go well. I felt sick in the middle of it. I started to be like not competing at my best. So yeah, it just went bad. And then after this was Laval. I was again in the super good shape. Well, obviously, when you fight against people like Toby or Alberto, you can't expect to win. Like you have to expect for climbing at your best and see how the results is. Obviously, some good lead climbers like this, I don't have this power and lead, so I can't aim for the win every time. I just climb very good, especially in the bouldering rounds, and yeah, good results. So just wanted to qualify then, and then all the full year, a lot of trainings to not miss it in the OQS. Yeah, it went like that.
But I guess, like you said, it's there are different stages in becoming successful. Like you said, you make the plan, you live the plan, yeah, you get there physically, and then you also need to get there mentally, right?
Yeah.
And I guess this actually being successful for the first time, like in this cycle of planning and doing it, really changes something. Like if you're starting having success, you get to the next mental level, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You also need some experience. I would say it makes it way easier. Like when you train a lot and you're very good shape physically, a lot of people even are very good physically, but just can't seem to succeed going to finals or even semis. You can miss a lot of this before actually being inside, because you also like experience at this level. And I think the biggest progress you make is by doing World Cups. Actually, if you're strong enough, the best thing you can do is just doing World Cups. Like, yeah. And then you can be sure about your level, know where you are, and know that the boulders you can do them. You don't have to be like super stressed about not doing one boulder in a round. You can go there, know that it's chill. Don't like panic when you're in a warm-up zone, seeing those Japanese people flashing your projects, knowing that it's fine. It's just like that. And yeah, just learning to be like, okay, even if it's not going great, I just have to climb those boulders, and it's gonna be eventually okay.
But it must be really different at the OQS, because there was like, that was your last chance to get the ticket to Paris. So it wasn't probably so easy, to stay so calm, and
Yeah,
especially, in your situation, like you have 3 French fighting for 2 places. So
yeah. OQS have been for sure the hardest comp in my life, and I think it's going to stay like this for a long time, probably, because we at the beginning of the Olympic process, like when Tokyo ended, and speed has been separated from bouldering and from bowling and lead. They started a new team, and so that was a while ago. Like it was 3 years ago, and with Meshti and Pohl, we've been friends like even before that. I don't know. I know Pohl since he started in the youth team, maybe in 2017. So even maybe before, I don't know. And Meshti also since a long time ago, and we've been friends like forever. So we knew already back then that only 2 could go to the Olympics. There was also Manu and Mika back then in the Olympic team, but they were like always more a bit about bouldering, and there were less of young climbers. They were already inside of like their career, and always have been only boulders. So they were a bit less into the Paris kind of project. But yeah, it was like 3 years ago. So 3 years of hard training every day. You just commit fully to qualifying for Olympics, and then suddenly you get only this final shot to qualify, and lucky you just have 2 spots for 3 people, 3 friends. So yeah, it was clearly very tough. And so probably the most stressful climbs I've ever had, especially like with the lead, where just a small mistake in what happened, especially in Shanghai, just a small mistake and you're out. You just make 0 points. This is terrible. So yeah, for lead climbing, it was terrible feelings, just a lot of stress and intrusive thoughts. What if the foot slips? What if 3 years of working just goes away like that?
But was the hardest part about the OQS, was that the notion that one of you, well, potentially all of you, but at least one of you would be out and not get the Olympics? Was that the hardest part, to compete against your friends, or was it the qualifying thing?
It was both, I think.
Mm.
The hard part of climbing against your friends was more in this the sadness after the comp. Like I know Meshdi is my friend. I'm sad for him that all of this work didn't pay. For the comp itself was just, it wasn't really about the being friends or not. It was just about, you can just succeed or not succeed in qualifying. So we tried not to think about this, like, is my friend gonna make it or me? This is just useless thoughts. This is not gonna make you perform, and we knew it. So it was just about our performance, just if we could make it or not, and this was already stressful enough. Like, you don't have to add more.
I mean, you all performed really well. That's the thing as well. I mean, you were all within the I mean, top 8 that was going to qualify, really. Which made it really to watch it. It was, I mean, we were in Budapest, and the final was basically only about that, because everything else was already decided. It must have been so stressful.
Yeah, the Budapest final was terrible about this, because it was basically just a match against me, and the whole comp was useless except of that. They could have just thrown the two of us on the boulders in the lead, and would have been the same. So yeah, it was quite hard. But once again, we are friends, and we knew it was gonna happen like this. So it wasn't like tough feelings between us. We just climbed together like we do on training camps, like we do on World Cups, and like we did in Shanghai. We just went to the observation, read the boulders together. When we were like back at the back of the wall, just he was cheering for me, I was cheering for him. Just yeah, good luck, do your best, and we'll see who gets through.
Yeah, it must have been a really bittersweet feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
obviously.
thing. If you realize you get the ticket and like you are lucky and everything, but in the same time, that Meshti didn't get. So
Of
you get
course.
this feeling at the same time, or was it like?
It's mixed things. You just it's very hard to express. I can't really say how it was using words. I could maybe in French I could do it, but no, it's too hard. I can't express this. It was obviously very hard to see a friend just having all of this work not paying off. That's for sure. And being here, taking this place is obviously even worse. But yeah, something most people won't ever feel in their life. But yeah, it's very not something you want to happen. Yeah.
So the Olympics now, you're continuing a French tradition of having two siblings in the Olympics in climbing with your sister Celia. Can you guys support each other in this, or what's it like?
The biggest support has already been made. We just climb together a lot, almost every day. So yeah, the biggest support we could give to each other is just on everyday training. Actually, on a comp, you can't, on just a single, like 2 days, you can't really give a lot of support to somebody. If you want to give support to somebody, you do it for several years. That's how you do it. So yeah, we just climb together all the time. I know she worked hard for it, and I know her shape at the time. I'm just gonna be here. Maybe I'm not gonna watch the comp. Maybe I'm gonna watch the comp. Depends on how it is. But it doesn't matter for her. She's just yeah, she's ready, and she's probably also gonna try to do her best in her comp, not get tired and all going everywhere with watching my comp. She should focus, and I should focus on mine, and then we will see. The support has already been made.
In Paris, it's of course the biggest scene in climbing. Having done really well at big competitions like Innsbruck, like Chamonix, like the OQS, really being able to succeed under pressure, can you take this with you to Paris and feel confident that I'm going to be able to do my best?
Obviously, it's gonna help me. If not for Paris, it's gonna help me later on some very high pressure comps, because yeah, I've done a lot of work on mental games and stuff like that for especially Shanghai, and especially after Shanghai for Budapest, to like do it better. So yeah, all of this work will probably help me. I don't know for Paris, because it's gonna be different for sure. It's not the same. It's not like just a qualification event. Just all or nothing is finally the Olympic Games, and it's in Paris. It's my place basically. So it's gonna be very different. Probably a lot less stressful. All of this preparation is gonna help me for sure, because also not only mentally but also strategically. Like I had 2 more comps to train on at the combined formats. Yeah, I hope it's not going to be as stressful. It's not going to be actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, now it's just showing off my shape. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a success already to make it to Paris. Then it's just in a
No,
way.
not really.
No,
I don't. No, honestly, I'm not going to Paris just to be in Paris. I don't really. I'm happy to be in the Olympic Games, but just going there to be here and ending up with a. I'm not going to be happy if I don't have a good result.
So
Yeah,
what
of course.
are your personal goals for the Paris then?
I just want to show off my best shape. I can't have a very specific results in mind because this sport is just everything can happen, and also I'm really far from being in the favorites, so I just want to show off my best shape. I'm in a great shape. I want to show that.
I guess that's also a better position to be in a way, that because if you are one of the favorites, say, the pressure is different. You can't go there and see that no one expects anything like to win. People expect you to win, maybe, if you're the, I don't know, Surat or something.
Yeah, true. I think, I have maybe the good position here. I had the bad position in Budapest. Now maybe I have the good one in Paris. And yeah, for sure. Maybe for Sorado and Toby, it's a bit different, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. I should ask them how it is. Probably stressful.
Yeah, but it is, of course, very much an Olympic Games at home for you in Paris. Have you managed to get, or your friends, have they managed to get tickets for this? Your family, your friends, and
yes, I have a few ones. Yeah, most of my family is actually gonna be there at least for one day. Yeah, and my friends too. I have some tickets for them. Yeah.
So as an athlete, you get a bunch of tickets to.
Yes, especially as a French athlete, we get a bit more. I don't know how it is for everybody, but you can invite a few people. It's not a lot. It's just a few ones. Yeah. Well, it's normal, I think.
Yeah, for sure, it's normal. It's just it's so great to be able to have your friends and family there.
Of course. Well, as also everybody, all my family just lives in Paris, so they're just gonna be here anyway, even if they don't watch the comp. They're gonna be like watching on TV, obviously, but they're gonna be close. Yeah.
And they don't have to book an expensive hotel or anything.
Nope. It's so free.
Yeah, I hear it's kind of crazy with the prices there.
I know. I
Which
live
is normal.
a bit far from. I live on the opposite side of Paris, so sadly, I'm probably not going to be able to just sleep at home and do the comp. But for if you just want to watch one day, it's fine. You can do that.
Yeah. And have you been to the Olympic Arena?
No, I haven't been. No. Yeah, we see like the staff is trying to put us in the best mood for it, so they just send a lot of pictures. We already know how it looks like.
And how do you prepare for, because August in Paris can be
very hot.
Yeah.
Well, first is the coaches already have quite some experience, because in Tokyo was the same, so it was probably even worse. So they already prepared a lot for Tokyo, and they have still all the little things. They have it, like we have some ice vests, some fans. Most of the fresh we get is from ice vests. Actually, we tried a lot also in Budapest because it was super hot. Budapest and Shanghai, it was both super hot, but especially Budapest. And so we went there trying to just do it as it will be in Paris. So yeah, we just try to cool down. Also, like the organization, they put like some AC everywhere. It's not for the warm up, it was terrible, but we had a small tent with some AC. With the physio was there, some food too, some ice. We could get as much ice as we wanted to. There are some you can put your bottle to the cold area to have it very cold. So yeah, just we can prepare for this. It's obviously not the best for climbing, but it's the same for everybody. So yeah, just trying to get on the mats as fresh as you can. The worst is obviously for watering. For leads, just like, yeah, 3-4 minutes. You can, if you're fresh before, you go 3-4 minutes is fine. You can manage it with no problem. For bouldering, it's different because you have a lot of tries. You get tired, you sweat a lot, then you get down. If you don't get fresher after doing this effort, you can. It's hard to go again. So I think it's gonna be a bit worse in Paris than it was in Budapest. But if we do everything as we did in the preparation, just ice vest when you for the 5 minutes you rest, the fans, the thing on the neck also ice. This is the best you can do. You cannot like climb in the fresh air. This is just not possible. So yeah.
Can you bring the ice vest into the field of play?
Nope.
Nope.
You can only well. This question also was about fans. You know, the big fans the climber used to take, and so it was forbidden a few years ago because it was just you can't bring everything like your whole house on the mats. It's just not handy. So you can only bring your shoes and basically your climbing equipment, shoes, chalk, towel. You can't have like ice vests. This is not included.
But could you have, say, ice packs in a special chalk bag?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can.
Yeah. But so it's really what this means is that it's even more important than usual that you when you get out to the problem to really have a really good first attempt.
Yeah, that's true. Also for it's better obviously to flash everything. Always good for next rounds. So yeah, it's also for the hands, for the sweat and everything. If you get from a fresh environment, cold hands, all dry with the liquid chalk, and now you go, it's gonna be sticky. If you fall up the boulder, wait for a minute or two in the heat, and you go again, it might be harder to climb to the top. So yeah, obviously the first try is gonna be like very more important. But at the same time, it's a bit the same for everybody. So
would you still prefer that they will move it indoors, the competition generally?
I don't care. Indoors is also sometimes super hot and humid, so wouldn't change that much. And if it's a bigger, I would prefer only having the most biggest crowd possible. That's the only thing that I would think it's important to have. Well, in my opinion, if you have an indoor spot that has more space for crowd, yes, I would like it to. But if it's just about climbing conditions, no, I don't really care. It's the same for everybody. It's if it's unfair, like if the conditions change between the climbers, this is obviously not the best. But if it's the same, like we are only in the qualification 20 athletes, so it's not going to change completely from the first to the last one. It's okay. It's as long as it's fair, it's fine.
For the lead climbing then in Paris, you are known as a very fast climber, especially maybe in Chamonix where you can read the route for a long time. But again, if it's really warm, that's a pretty good advantage to be fast, I guess.
Is it an advantage? I don't know. Could be if the route is very basic and easy to read. That's how I can do my best usually. I think it depends more on the route than on the if it's not hot or not. Some routes really fit to this climbing style. Some don't really fit to this climbing style. So I obviously want. I'm gonna climb fast. I'm not gonna slow down for this comp. Gonna change everything. I think if it's you climb 3 minutes or 5 minutes, doesn't change that much for in terms of like being I'm gonna be warm at the top if I make it in 3 minutes, as much as somebody who climbs for 5 minutes is going to be hot as well. I don't think it makes a big difference.
No, but so can you change your style a lot depending on the route?
Well, no, I can't. I just sometimes it's gonna work and sometimes it's not gonna work. So yeah, I can, if I can read the route before, I have a long time and memorize it fully and being like 100% sure of what I do is the best for me, because I don't have that much endurance compared to the best elite climbers. So yeah, I have pretty precise movements and good power short on short time. So if I memorized it fully and know everything perfectly, I can go like, yeah, in 2 minutes and 3 minutes at the top. And yeah, hopefully the last moves I still have some juice for it. But yeah, I can't change that. If I climb slowly, I'm obviously not gonna make it probably to the top, because I'm gonna get tired, and I'm gonna make it to the last parts already tired. And so also depends on the routes and if it's a hard route or easy route. If there are some rests, some routes just have no rest, some have few rests and hard parts. It depends a lot on the routes, but I'm never gonna climb slowly because I'm just not able to. It's not that I don't want, I'm just not able to.
Are you sacrificing endurance? I mean, you're keeping your style, and I mean, of course, you could get more endurance if you really train for it, but then you probably wouldn't be as good a boulder. Is this a conscious?
I already trained a lot more endurance this year. I gained a lot of endurance. I'm far better than before, but still I can't really. I'm still more of a bouldering climber than a lead climber. Like in my everyday training, I do lead maybe twice a week, and the rest of the days I just do bouldering. And also even the second day I do lead, I'm gonna do bouldering in the morning. So I just do a lot more bouldering training than lead. And for having a good feeling on the wall, I feel like this is the best for me. I'm not sure actually. I don't know. Maybe if I did a lot of more lead, I didn't have the time to try every year what's the best. Like I'm not old enough to have tried everything. But for now, I think this is the best for this year for me. The best I could do without changing completely my climbing style, because this takes a lot of time. And yeah, for now I'm just staying like this, trying to be the best shape in bouldering, the best endurance I can have with 2 sessions a week, and then climbing fast.
So would you prefer then either hard lead route and easy boulder round, or hard boulder round and easy lead route, or?
I think I don't care much about like if it's hard or easy, because this is the same for everybody, but more about the style of the boulders and the style of movements in the lead. Like hard or easy, it's gonna be not very big difference for me. I can climb okay on easy routes, I can climb okay on hard routes. It's gonna depend more on the kind of movements and the style of is there hard clips, is there like crimps, slopers. This is mostly what changes for me. Yeah.
So
And you
what's
would
your
prefer fingery and technical more than
I like
powerful
more
and slopey?
the crimps. Yeah, obviously.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm short and light climber.
you don't get those moves in bouldering. So
Not much sometimes, and I'm happy when it comes.
You talked a little bit before about your trainers preparing you for. Who are your trainers? Like, do you have several trainers or?
I'm training myself. I'm coaching myself. I'm training. I'm
Wow.
preparing my trainings alone. So I'm just checking it in the beginning, but I have some help obviously. I'm doing a plan myself, just as I want it to be. I just watched last year's how it went, what were the struggles and the good things, and try to improve looking at this. But I obviously have some help like I have a physio that I see regularly, which is not a coach, but I still need that. I also have I train a lot with my sister and my brother. This to me is better than having a coach, having some training partners. My brother is a super powerful climber, so we do a lot of spray wall training together, and it's good to have somebody to climb with. My sister is also a great climber. We can climb together actually, especially like when we do some slab sessions. I can totally we can do the same boulders together, and I also have some help about the route setting. Like we have a lead wall in Massy Club, and we have Guillaume there, who's a coach of Massy Club, and he sets a lot of routes for me and for Zilia to prepare for the Olympics. So yeah, for the training I'm doing it myself, but I have some help in the route setting and in the like taking care of my body too.
It was always like that. You never had a coach, so you learn everything on your own.
No, when I was really a kid, my mom used to do it, but I stopped. And for maybe when I was in the youth team, yes, my mom used to give me some coaching and some advices. Well, and then I just wanted to do it on my own. I find it very interesting, and I like doing it. So yeah, I just enjoy doing that.
That's super impressive, I think.
Do you write your training plans? How do you feel about climbing, or do you like study something as well? You know, like some.
Oh well, it's not like I never had a coach. So my mom did coach me when I was, but no, I haven't studied it. I've been climbing for a long time in training, so even if I'm still quite young, and also I sometimes just meet some other people, and just see, yeah, he's doing this, it seems to work. I'm gonna try it, or yeah, it works mostly like that because you can go maybe quite far with science and just checking with numbers how it works, but it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes just there are some things we haven't found yet why it works or why it doesn't work, but it still works. Like a lot of people would say it's nonsense that Japanese climbers, most of them, can be this physically strong without doing any weighted work, but they still do. So maybe just sometime practice and experience are enough even to get physically strong. And nobody can really say why. Just it just shows.
Super interesting still. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you.
Is this something you're considering doing in the future, like coaching others?
Yeah, of course. Why not? I don't know yet. I'm still have a few years ahead to think of it, but I'm getting some experience about this, doing it myself. So probably when I will stop climbing, I will have some things to say to younger climbers about it. And I'm not sure. Maybe I won't want to do to work into climbing anymore. Maybe I want to do something else. Maybe I just want to also just do this for a lot more years. So I'm gonna coach. I don't know.
We'll see. But about the future, I watch a couple of videos of yours when you're climbing outdoors, like the Big Island and also La Force. And I don't think I've seen anyone making the Big Island look so easy.
Thanks. I think once you, as a comp climber, if you are powerful enough to do a boulder, and you've watched enough videos of it, and you know the movements, it's like it's our thing to just do it. To just know how you do and just execute it. So yeah,
that's exactly what Hamish said. actually about outdoors. But you don't climb a lot outdoors, do you?
No, almost never. I just went a few times last year. Yeah, I just La Force. I went there like once or twice, and then on Big Island just yeah, maybe 3 times. Yeah, and but I would like to go there more, especially in France, because it's quite close to my place.
Yeah.
But thing is, with the training, I don't have a lot of days left to do this, and also sometimes it falls on the day, but it's also raining. So when for the two things to go together well, it's you don't have like a lot of days. But I think I could go more outdoors. And well, if I see a boulder I just really like, I'm gonna go on this boulder, and well, that's what happened with the Big Island. And but in front, my style of climbing, I would prefer to project on some steep walls with some crimps, because that's just what's fun to climb for me at the moment, even if it's not probably the best, like the most technical climbs and everything. But that's what the funniest to do for me. So, and in front we don't have a lot of this big overhangs, so that's why I liked the Big Island, and also La Force, which is a big roof,
Yeah.
mirror roof. So yeah, I would love to climb outdoors more. Maybe in the end of the season, I would like to go to Switzerland, where they have more of this
Yes.
deep, crimpy boulders. Yeah, I would definitely want to go there and spend a few days to check out the hard boulders.
But did you touch the sit down, the Sudan Seul at all?
No, I don't really want to spend my time on the start. Maybe later I will do it, but I think it's a good boulder for outdoor climbers to spending a lot of time on very technical moves at the start. But this requires a lot of sessions and knowing how to place the knees and everything, which I can only do a few sessions on outdoor problems. I'm not going to stay like projected for a full year. If I can't do it in a few sessions, I'm not going to like start.
And you also need to find the right book to put on your knee pad, right?
I have short legs. Come on, I'm going to have need a very big.
I guess after Olympics, it's you just like you say a few times, you're still very young. So I mean, just keep doing the World Cup. Looking forward to LA, I guess, in 2028. Whatever the format looks in 2028, we don't know.
We don't know. Whatever, I'm gonna go for it.
Thank you so much. It's been really interesting to talk to you. I really appreciate it a lot, and we of course wish you all the best for the Olympics, and
Thank you.
Hope that you can really enjoy it and have a good time and do your best so you make yourself proud.
Thank you. Are you gonna be here for pictures for Olympics?
No. I'm going to commentate.
Okay.
The Olympics.
Yeah, true. You told me.
You'll be in Prague.
Yeah, probably. I think I'm gonna do the full World Cups after. Yeah.
So then we will see you in Prague probably then. Yeah.
Yes.